that was an awful game. And the good thing is this breakfast is an amazing game. Let's get on with the show.
Hello everybody! Welcome to Comments Below. I am Poet. Who are you?
David Vujanic.
And this is the show where you leave your comments below, and some of them are, and it's an epic moment in this show, and it only goes
Comment of the week.
David, 2 days ago I was with you.
Yeah.
And we watched the game Arsenal-Liverpool.
Yeah.
We drew.
Yeah, you were lucky as hell.
Yeah, we'll be speaking about Liverpool, Arsenal at Anfield. We'll also be talking about Manchester City. Are they as good as Chelsea? And is Charlie Austin England's best striker?
He's bumbuckler good, mate.
Well, let's go to Loftus Road. And let's not just talk about Charlie Austin. Let's talk about QPR versus West Brom. An amazing comeback. Just to give you a bit of a brief overview of what happened. 2-0 down. They've come back 3-2, and Mr. Charlie Austin got a hat-trick. I like Charlie Austin a lot.
There's something about it. I think he's that typical English centre-forward.
Let's get into a comment. We've got Mr. Jack the Gooner. I like you, Jack. He says, Redknapp's got his team fighting. I think they'll stay up. Vuj, what do you think about that?
I don't know how he's done it. They were atrocious, couldn't string a pass together, weren't going back to defend. And I'm actually not sure what Redknapp has done. It must be his experience in the Premier League, because Redknapp has had many, many years, quite a few relegation battles, and it seems like something he's done behind the scenes has united this team.
I heard that he spoke to the team and said, what do you feel more comfortable playing?
Yeah.
And they said they want to go back to a flat back four. So the fact that he's addressing his players and he's allowing them to make decisions as well, he's unifying that changing room. So moving on to the comment, Adam B says, can we all just take a moment to admire how good Charlie Austin is?
Bloody hell we can, mate. First hat-trick from a QPR player since 1993. And he has directly been involved in 11 goals during his last 9 Premier League games. 9 goals and 2 assists.
Looking at all the England strikers we've got now, we've got Daniel Sturridge, obviously a fantastic dancer. We've got Wayne Rooney, good player. After that, I would say there's not...
Charlie Austin in the mix, he has to go.
He has to be in it. 24 years old, but is he a player on good form or is he a class player?
That we will live to see, but the only way we can actually see that is to put him in.
Now, Liverpool need a striker.
Oh yeah.
Carries on this form to the end of the season, next summer, can you see a transfer move?
Because he's English, 42 million, Liverpool will buy him.
What do you think? Charlie Austin for England? Charlie Austin to move to Liverpool for 45 million? All right, Vuj, enough about QPR, let's move on to a game where we supported both teams, Anfield. Andrew Sprigg says, Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2, thoughts. So a brief overview on the game. Liverpool take the lead through Coutinho. Then literally seconds before half-time, Debuchy gets an equaliser. Second half, Giroud gets a goal just after the hour before stoppage time approaches, and Martin Skrtel comes through and brings it to 2-2. What's your thoughts on the game, Vuj?
We're still shit, but a better shit. Scored in the 41st, you're thinking, all right now, let's not give away anything silly, Steven Gerrard. What do you do? Silly free kick conceded after a minute and a half, 2 minutes. We've conceded in the 45th minute. And that's when I just lost care for the game. 2-2 at the end of the day. Probably a deserved result, but we should have battered you again.
Bobby Smith, I think he's probably nail on the head. He says, hashtag sad poet, hashtag sad Vuj.
Oh.
I think that both sides will be angry because, first of all, Liverpool scoring at the end of the match, and Liverpool fans will be angry as if they needed a win. My thoughts on the game are purely this. It was the worst 2-2 I've ever seen in my life. The worst 2-2. And let's break it down like this. First of all, you've got a Liverpool side that had a lot of the ball. But what did they do with it? Nothing. They done absolutely nothing. They had the ball, they enjoyed it for many spots, but they done nothing with it. All right, it's all good looking at the stats and saying, oh, you had 27 shots on goal. But if 26 of them, or 25 of them, 24 of them are outside of the box, who cares? The last 6 shots we've had on target, we've scored. Now again, that's you looking at stats, that's you looking at paper and thinking, wow, we must be clinical. Let me put this into perspective. The previous team was Newcastle. Ben, whatever his name's in goal, we scored 4 past him. It's not that amazing. And then we've scored 2 against who? Brad Jones, an Australian keeper. Oh my God, hallelujah. What are we getting excited about? It's not clinical finishing, it's 2 dead goalkeepers. Arsenal are shit and Liverpool are shit.
It was a very bad game to watch. It was almost, as he said, it was sad. It's a sad Vuj and a sad poet. If we don't have a striker, we can't do the Barca style of play. Do you know what I mean? This false number 9. It just doesn't work. I'm not unhappy because we showed some creativity, but we need a striker.
Do you know what? I am unhappy. First of all, the game 2 days ago was abysmal. I'm just going to let you know again. Both defences defend like a team from the Hackney Marshes.
Oh, awful.
So let's take a look at Liverpool's defence. I thought Lovren not being there was going to be decent for them. They bring in Sacco. How you did not defend Giroud scoring. Giroud's in the box with one other Arsenal player. There's 4 Liverpool players there. The ball's coming across. All you've got to do is pick up Giroud because he's a striker anyway. He doesn't score. Let's go to the man we call the BFG.
The big fucking German.
The man that everyone wanted, to be the captain of Arsenal. Lead by example. This guy has got a World Cup winner's medal. 2 minutes to go. This would have been a big win for
120
Arsenal.
seconds.
I'm seeing Martin Skirtle. He's got a band round there. He's looking like Butcher for England, like in, I think it was the 90s, 80s, something like that. Bombs forward and wins a header.
I absolutely understand Per. I'd be scared of Martin Skirtle.
Mertesacker, as a defender, bravery is meant to be one of your best attributes. You're meant to be brave. You're meant to sacrifice yourself, especially with 2 minutes to go. You are ducking away from the ball, but you're a centre-back.
Don't be angry, because there were plenty of moments that you could look at and laugh in the game. Not only this, but Santi Cazzola's nipple. Do you know what I mean? Men's Fashion Week is coming. I thought, I want to make a statement. Release the nipple.
Then you've got Barini.
What is
literally
Barini?
Came on for 2 minutes.
I think Barini.
Then he got a phone call from his mum who told him, like, mate, you need to get back home and wash the dishes. He just got sent off quickly and he went back and washed the dishes. It's an absolute... Seriously, that game was just a comedy of errors.
I think that concludes the Liverpool-Arsenal talk. Definitely one of the worst Liverpool-Arsenal games I've seen in a long while. But leave your comments. Are Liverpool finally improving? Was it Wenger out or Rodgers out that game? Was it anyone out? Or was it just a game we just totally forget?
Time to move on. Get your jacket. Tactical analysis.
Have a nice.
Tactical analysis. All right, Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. The lunchtime kickoff. Great game unless you're a Palace fan like Maradona. It ended 3-0. A brace for Mr. Silva and a goal for Yaya Toure. And a goal for Palace, but given offside. The question is, was it offside, Mr. Vuj?
Definitely onside by 15 players. He was. I don't know how he didn't see it because, for example, the referee was here. This is the ref. The Man City player was here in his view. The Palace player was here. So this line is like that. And even another Man City player was here. The ball got played in, my man here, banged it in, it's a goal.
And that would have been 2-1, and it might have given Palace a bit of confidence, a bit of a fight, but Jack and Porter said, another convincing win for City. City are hot on Chelsea's heels. Is the title race over as everyone would have us believe, or are they still in it? So, are they still in this title race, Manchester City?
Yes. I mean, they're still in it, but a key point we'd have to make is they have no strikers.
Despite not having a striker, they still managed to beat Crystal Palace, who are not an awful side, 3-0, David Silva getting 2 goals. Doesn't that sort of give them the type of confidence to go forward and say, maybe we don't need a striker for a couple of games? Because they're going to have no striker against, and this is no disrespect to these teams, West Brom away, Burnley at home, Sunderland at home.
I mean, the quality of Man City's squad is almost second to none. They do have a great quality, individual quality.
Yeah.
But I won't be surprised if they do lose one, and that for me would mean Chelsea are just going to...
If they get them teams that are like, do you know what, cool, 1 bank of 5, maybe a DM in front of it, and we're not going to, not having a striker, is that going to be where it's going to be a problem? Because Chelsea have got Drogba. If he's injured, they got Costa. If he's injured, they got Remy, so they've got options.
But Chelsea, once again, I mean, we're having these conversations. I know it's a bit tighter. Chelsea will win this league, I feel.
Why do you say that?
The depth is just it's so much bigger, as you're saying. Like Remy, look, up front, Remy, Drogba, Costa. Look at that Matic. They've got a Yaya Toure, but they've got a Matic. They match them everywhere and double up, in my opinion.
What do you think, man? I mean, it is tight at the top, but I kind of agree with Vuj. I think Chelsea are going to run away with it.
And Per Mertesacker. Sorry.
I think Chelsea are going to run away with it. Manchester City, though, they are fighting and competing extremely well. What do you think? Please leave a comment. Let us know. Are you saying City for the title or are you saying Chelsea for the title? Hey, Vuj. Give us your phone.
Good round.
Thank you very much. 3, 2, 1.
I think hard teams stay up. A lot of other crucial players have been injured in this. Brought us down. I'm not 100%. If two crucial keepers up, I trust him. Comments going up on a Tuesday. Bournemouth going to the Prem. Go on. Who is the next manager to get sacked? I'm not sure. Brendan, we will see. If Monaco beat up Arsenal, that'll be jokes. First time watching and I love it. Thank you. West Ham to finish in top 7. That'll be yes. Nigel Cloud clock record in 12 hours of Sheffield United. Yeah. Henry only retired. Too early thoughts.
Kind of.
Hutton better off as the first from Hull. Thoughts.
Where did he go?
Arsenal. I'm in love with the colour. Hashtag ugly fellas. Poet Giroud or Welbeck.
Neither.
Moods of the Coco parody. Thank you. I said a boom, boom, boom. Let me say, where? Fair reality. You maybe highlights the achievement. Liverpool or Arsenal could beat them. Yeah, fair enough. Great. You've got no fans. Yes, we do. Charlie and Steve Bruce will be fine. David De Gea could have saved my parents' marriage. Same as mine, mate. Go to Capital One Cup draw. Decent. Who will be in the Champions League semi-final?
I don't know.
Buffon or De Gea? Buffon. Premier League or BBVA? Premier League. Eber Haaland Sports? Decent. Goal of the year 2014? I'm not sure. Cazorla or Chamberlain? Oh, Chamberlain. Bruce took hold of the FA Cup. 28, mate. That's all right, mate.
You got 28?
Yeah.
Savage. After that, it's a part of the show where we address the millions. And millions of Copper 90 fans all across the world. Copper90.com, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Not on Tumblr.
It's an epic moment in the show that can only be described as in order.
Taremone Pudi! That sounds like trolling.
What is that? Where is that?
That is, I believe, a dialect.
Now, it does say we don't endorse drugs, but we do endorse clever wordplay. And a very peculiar name has said, bought shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day.
Another man with a really strong opinion is Piers Morgan. And I think he should have his own section on this show. And during the Liverpool-Arsenal game, he was going through an absolute range of emotions.
Piers Morgan's opinions. Piers Morgan says, if our players devoted even half the energy to their football as they do their hair, would win the league. That's a bit rude, but I understand when you look at Giroud's hair. Piers Morgan says, unbelievable. Escobar scores. And Maradona informed us this is what he calls Olivier Giroud. I kind of feel the same way. I don't really like Olivier Giroud.
Do you know what an Escobar is?
No, what is it?
It means snail in French.
Piers Morgan says, if we win this, it will be a robbery on a scale with Brink's match. Piers Morgan, this is towards the end of the game, so I imagine this is the part when we're winning 2-1. Bit of stoppage time. Hang on, just hang on. And then after Skirtle comes through and, Mertesacker ducks out the way, Monreal forgets he's playing football, Piers Morgan says, hang myself.
You might as well, mate.
Then when the game is officially over, Piers Morgan says, 36.5 possession, open brackets, against a dreadful Liverpool team, close brackets. Our lowest ever recorded Opta stat. Hashtag AFC.
What a prick.
All right, Vuj. It's time to stop with Piers Morgan and come to the end of the show.
Oh, go.
Before we do go, please click the M board and take a look at the Matthew Letizier video. Myself and Vuj went all the way down to Southampton to have a bit of a conversation with him. And can I say, really, really nice man.
Absolute legend. You know who else is a legend?
Go on.
All of you people watching this show. Absolute legends. So please, don't forget, when you're watching your games, you watch your teams play in the Premier League, send in your hashtag Copper reactions. Please, at Copper90 on your Instagram or on your Vine. We want to know what you've been thinking as the games are going on.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
And have a nice.
Have a nice.